Hi, this is John Drucker-DeWeese with Realty One Group All-Stars. So, if you're watching this, it's probably because I sent it to you, or you were searching on YouTube for my real estate offer got accepted, now what do I do? So, this is a little specific to Washington and the area I work and also my clients. But it'll give you an idea of what's going to happen next. First and foremost, if you're working with me, you probably have an inspection period. I always recommend it. It's a really, really good idea. Don't waive the inspection if you can avoid it. It's a bad idea to go without one. But setting that aside, first things first, your home inspection comes at the very, very beginning. It is very important to get that scheduled right away. Home inspectors are busy. It's often several days at least before they can get in. The default on home inspections is a 10-day period, and that means you actually have to get your home inspection back from the inspector, have gone through it, and determined what repairs and things you would like done, if any, and sent that off to the seller and listing broker. And that has to be done before the 10-day time limit expires. If you have a shorter time limit, I probably will already have told you that, but anyway, you have a time limit, you need to get that done. So that's first and foremost. I'll send you the name of some inspectors. It's important to know that I do not have any sort of referral agreements with the inspectors or anything like that. The only reason they're on a list, and I usually give you several at least, of home inspectors is because they've done good work or they've come recommended by other people. I can't pick them for you. You've got to pick them. But most of them, if I'm referring them to you, I've been tested out either by myself or other people, and they do a good job. So pick one, see who can do it within the timeline that we need them to do it, and get it done. That's vitally important. Second, immediate thing that has to be done is your earnest money has to be off to escrow. Today, on the day that your offer was accepted, I'll be sending it over to the escrow company and also over to your lender. So those two people can begin working on it. As soon as we hear from the escrow company, like your escrow number, who your escrow officer is going to be, that sort of thing, you need to get the earnest money to them. It can be a personal check for this because you've got a long time for the check to clear. And it's good to have the escrow officer's name and the escrow number and that sort of thing on it so they can easily match it up. But you usually only have a few days to have that check in their hands. So be watching for that. As soon as you get the information from me about the escrow company, things like that, get it over to them. That's the most important thing. And this is just in general about the whole escrow process. It's kind of a crazy system. I've done this for a while. I've seen it happen a million times. It's always like this. The first, let's say 2 weeks of the escrow is nuts. It's like a full-time job for you. You're constantly doing stuff. You've got the earnest money to get over. You've got inspections. You've got to review the inspection results. We've got to figure out what repairs we want to have done. The lender is probably going to ask you for a ton more paperwork. There's all the things going on with that. Escrow company is going to be asking you for more information, make sure that they get everything set up so they can legally make the transfer. This first 2 weeks is nuts for you. Be ready. It does calm down. Then you go into this long, slow period where you think that nothing is happening. And you get scared and you call me, and that's fine. Do that if you need to. But that's normal. A lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes. Your lender is doing a ton of stuff. The escrow company is doing a ton of stuff. I'm doing a few things too. But there's a lull in the middle where nothing much seems to be happening, but it is. It's just not stuff that you and I have to do, so we don't see it as much. Then, toward the end, last, say, 2 weeks before closing, it goes back to being insane, especially the last week. You've got signings to be scheduled and set up. You've got more money to be transferred maybe, or you've got a ton of documents to review and give your okay on. You may have to go physically into town and have the escrow documents signed. You've got to get the utilities set up at the new place. You've got to maybe arrange for movers. So that last week, 10 days at the very end is insane again. So it's like super crazy busy, boring and low. was super crazy busy, and then you have a new house. So be ready for that. It's normal and it's to be expected. Thanks. I'll be talking to you soon. I'm John Durga DeWeese with Realty One Group All Stars.